can also put it on Twitch right now. If he's waiting for us on Twitch, I can do that.
Just I guess put on both.
Okay, it's on
'Cause-
both now. I just put them on both.
okay.
So we are on both right now.
Mhm.
Let me go ahead and play this little instrumental. And they can hear you, but they can't see you. Okay, we're just gonna give people time to get in. So,
Cool. They give
all
me
right,
time. Woosah.
we can hear that too. By the way.
She don't wanna be saved.
All right. Let me see where. Let's see where Heather is. Hold on.
She don't wanna be.
All right. So we are in the building. We in the building. How you doing, Slim? Slimmy Slim, where you at? Where you at?
I am here.
All
Hello.
right. A long time coming, and
Yes, yes.
we are here now. We are here in the mix, and we are giving it a few more minutes, guys. But hey, we are glad that you guys showed up. I know you can't see us right now. We know that. We don't want you to see us right now. You'll see us in a minute.
Hello.
Uh, but guys, we are really happy that you guys showed up. Either you're watching this and forgive my microphone because I am not in the studio, but if you're watching this as a replay, let us know. Say, hey, we're watching it as a replay. This is the debut show of Just My Opinion with Slim J, and we're gonna be doing um some talks that she want to talk about. So we're gonna play a couple of more instrumentals, give y'all some time to get in, and we will talk to you later.
Stay tuned.
We about to get started in a few minutes. We're so glad that you guys came out. Oh, three of you. Again, if you're watching on the replay, please make sure that you let us know and tell us how we did. So, a few more minutes and we're going to get this thing going, all right? Let's see what we got. Baby Scorpio said, "Really, is this the only music y'all can find?" Hey, I mean, look, we got some other music. I mean, here, let's do this. Let's go ahead and get the party started because when Baby Scorpio show up, then that means it's time to get to work.
Rock and roll.
Yeah, it's time to get to work. So let's go ahead and play your intro music for the time being. So,
Kamisha Jackson on the beat.
all right, let's go ahead and get this party started. Good to see you, Baby Scorpio.
Thank you for showing up, baby Scorpio.
No, and here we are. Here we are.
Well, hello, you all. Here's me, Slim J. Welcome, H Town.
Oh yeah.
Today, I'm going to be touching on some topics about domestic violence, which is very serious right about now. And it's very, very tragic for a lot of women's, men's, and women's. We gotta learn how to hold our attitudes and to show love through the heart and not through the hands or through guns. The violence is very, very tragic right about now. I wish that everybody out there can have a good time, love each other, and just be happy. But unfortunately, we come to that time, we just don't know how to let go the one that we call ourselves loving. So today, I will be discussing domestic violence. So if you're out there, let me know that you're out there and you have tuned in with Slim J.
So
Well,
so far we got Baby Scorpio in the building that says likewise thank you as far as showing up. So we appreciate you being in the building.
thank you, baby Scorpio.
And we got 3 people watching with you right now. So just rock
Okay.
on. And I'm gonna go ahead and
Okay.
put this first one for you. But feel free to let me know whatever you want to do.
Well, before
Um
you do that,
okay.
I'm gonna go here.
Okay.
So, um, I know COVID came out and everybody was stuck in the house for a long period of time. And my opinion is that, of course, you stuck in the house with your loved one, your significant other, and of course, some of you all had side pieces, and you couldn't get out there and touch them or kick it with them like you usually do because you were stuck in the house with the one that you was kind of dealing with, but not exactly dealing with. You know how you have that side piece that you can go have fun with and come back home and just relax. That's what some people was doing. But when you could not go out there and be with that person that you used to kicking it with, then things at the house got a little ugly. The violence got ugly. The love had disappeared. And you find yourself being alone in the house with the one that you're supposed to love or supposed to love you. It got ugly. So now, what do? You take your frustration out on that person that you're supposed to love or call yourself loving, but not really showing it. So now, it have came to this. Women's have been getting shot pretty much from 2017, 18, all the way up to 2024. It's sad. It's very sad. When you would think that a man is there to protect you, but then it turned out to be the man that hurt you. Now, my opinion is in Houston, Texas, we have maybe 5 to 10 women that can be with one man, and you will still have other choices. But instead, they don't want to leave that person because they want to be with that person. So it becomes violent. And a lot of us have not even seen that red flag or to come violent. I was one of those people that went through a lot. And when I said a lot, I mean a lot. Ladies, men's, Sorry, some of you kids know when you see violence. But when those flags turn pink, think, be aware. But when they get red, it's time to go because you never know what a person may think. You never know what may clicks a person, what make a person want to hurt you when all the time that you thought that person was there to love you. So let's go ahead and get to this one topic that we have that was kind of personal to me. Go ahead, producer.
I'm pulling it up right now.
Okay. So as he's pulling up this, I kind of sort of knew this person. Wasn't very close to that person, but I was aware of this person and spoke to the person and everything. And just you don't know who you stay by. You don't know who's you work with. You don't know who you go to school with because you see them, you think everything is okay, but in the long run, you never know what a person have in their head, what that person is thinking about, or what that person is going through. At that time that you see that person or speak to that person, you think that everything is cool with that person. But unfortunately, this person was very disturbed. So let's see how it go
Oh,
down.
all right. So, to be totally honest, the videos are not coming up, but I do have the information that you requested. So I
Oh,
will let you know that the man's name was Antonio Cornell Williams, age 36. He's been charged with murder by the Harris County District's Attorney's Office. He's accused of fatally shooting the mother of his child, and I'm just going to say Miss Thomas, age 33, before fleeing the scene. After the shooting, Williams took their 2-year-old son and fled on a bicycle. The police were given the description of Williams and began an extensive search for him. About 2 miles from the scene off the North Freeway frontage road, Williams was found along with his child. Before he could be apprehended, Williams turned the gun on himself. He was given medical care before being transported to the hospital for a self inflicted gunshot wound. He remains hospitalized. The 2-year-old child, however, was not harmed and is now with Williams' family. This is not the suspect's first run in with law enforcement, however. Fort Bend County records show that Williams was on house arrest after being recently released from prison for a felon in possession of a weapon charge after a 7-month sentence. Williams was also indicted in 2022 in the case of the 60-year-old woman who was fatally shot on New Year's Eve in 2020. It's a deeply tragic situation. And honestly, if you know someone who is in danger, please reach out to local law enforcement or a trusted individual in their lives. You're not alone. And just wanted to let you know before I give it back over to Slim, there are additional resources to help in the U.S. For example, the National Domestic Violence Hotline can be reached at 1-800-799-SAFE. That's 1-800-799-7233. And if you're unable to speak safely, you can log into the hotline on hotline.org or text love is to 22522. And I'll go ahead and pull that video up once I get it loaded, but that is basically all that information.
okay, thank you. So again, like I said, I kind of sort of knew that person, and the first incident was very close to us with the lady that got killed in Fort Bend. That's what I'm trying to explain to the ladies, especially the ladies, because, like I said, it have been so many domestic violence within like 2017 all the way up until now, and it's really sad. It's crazy because like my opinion is that here in Houston, you have a lot of women to deal with, to choose from, but yet and still you have to choose that woman to make her miserable and to make her downfall. I think our video is showing.
And also, just to let you guys know, we are going to explain it, but this is Slim's actual debut of her own show through TBH. So just wanted to get that out the way. We're gonna go through the comments here in a minute, but we're gonna go ahead and play this video for Slim. So this is her show.
Man shot himself in front of his 2-year-old son right after police say he killed the child's mother this morning. The tragedy unfolded in Independence Heights on East 36th Street in Ajax. ABC 13's Micah Hatfield is live after speaking to the victim's family. Micah?
Based on the series of events that happened this morning, the victim's family called the gunman in this case a coward. They say him shooting himself was just him trying to take the easy way out. Houston police say the gunman did survive that shooting and was taken to the hospital for surgery.
If you know you're in something that is dragging your energy or is not good for you, please take my sister as an example and get out of it.
34-year-old Mayanda Thomas's family showed up in groups and stood at the crime scene tape on East 36th Street while Houston police gathered evidence in her murder.
To get this call that she's not here, it's like, no way. You're joking.
Let me take care of this. It'll be come back on very shortly. That's Restream. We're actually using
I
Restream.
just kept saying this is a bad dream, this is a nightmare.
Family says the mother of two was with her younger son at the child's father's house in Independence Heights when they got into a fight this morning. Thomas's family says she did not want to be with him, which was a point of contention. During the fight, police say the child's father, who has not been identified, shot Thomas.
It didn't have to happen.
From there, the gunman took off on a bicycle with the toddler and rode about 2 miles before police spotted him.
He's not going to be wearing a shirt. He's going to have a baby with no shirt either.
Before the officers made any real contact with him, police say the gunman shot himself.
To do what you did in front of your kid, to take his mom away, then try to take yourself out with the baby right there.
Did you want to say something else, or you want to let it finish up?
Just go ahead and let her finish that, and I will come with my comment,
Understood.
with my opinion.
Like, no, you have no heart, no conscience.
He lived and was taken to surgery. Unfortunately, Thomas did not survive. The baby was unharmed and is with the gunman's family. In downtown Houston, Micah Hatfield, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
Did you want to go to the comments?
Yes. All right.
Okay.
So Soda Can Assassin is in the building. Because I'm not in the studio, but he says hello. Then we got Devon Lee saying, where everybody at? Well, this is Slym show, and I'll go ahead and show you guys real quick. This is Just My Opinion with Slym, and it's gonna be our Thursday show. But it's gonna get moved over to Sunday, but this is just a debut. So that's where everybody's at. They ain't supposed to be here. Okay. And then we have Baby Scorpio and said talking about a real coward. Facts. But I'm not gonna be responding to these. So talking about a real coward.
That he is.
And then Baby Scorpio says, oh dang, I didn't know he shot himself in front of the baby.
Yes. So
just let me know if you want me to go. Just let me know if you want to go to the next one. We're figuring this out as we do it, guys.
Okay. To answer Baby Scorpio's thing is saying that he was a coward, and I think both times or however many times he have did this kind of stuff. Like I said, red flags. She didn't want to be with him no more. Sometimes when you try to break up with a person, they can't see that. They can still do what they do, but they still need to have you in their corner. They need to control you. They need to have everything right there in front of them. So when she got ready to say, hey, I don't want to be with you no more, she probably should have just did a little bit different. Like I said, as a person that have been in a situation like that, it's kind of hard to get out that. So it's, she probably thought like, hey, I can just say I'm gonna break up with you and go on by my business and it will be okay. But sometimes it have to be a progress. It have to be a step-by-step situation to get away from that person without getting hurt or hurting that person. So she probably should have went, by a different way. And not to be his residence of saying that. I think I would have chose a different place to say it or do it. I would probably, like, he was being a coward by killing himself. I probably would have been a coward by calling him and say, "Hey, I don't want to be with you no more," and block his ass out of my phone and not go nowhere that he was familiar with. When you do things like this, you actually have to be very careful, because these people are mentally, physically hurt. That's my opinion is schizophrenic, bipolar, and have been hurt their self in life, and they don't know how to take a person to reject them. They always want to be in control. Therefore, it could have been done differently. But nowadays, I feel that you have to Google people just to date them, because you don't know what their background are. You don't know what they've been going through, especially when they like these drugs and stuff nowadays. So, um, it's very sad. It's very sad. It's something that us as women have to look into, to chose the kind of person that you deal with. If you're about that ghetto life, that fast life, then be about that. If you're about, trying to have something, want to do something, hey, let's do it. But if you see somebody not going in the direction that you're going in, then you probably need to go ahead and let it go. Because once those red flags get to showing, they get redder. So let me know what you think, chat line.
Baby Scorpio. Hold on 1 second. No.
You got me music.
Hey, Baby Scorpio says he was not trying to take himself nowhere. And why in the heck did he give the baby to his family?
Well, it happened at the resident of his family.
And then real quick before you answer that,
I'm sorry.
really, Jeremy? I'm trying. Okay, so I'm trying to use the YouTube music. Okay, I mean, I think I'm just gonna stick with Mary J. Blige instrumentals, but yeah, that's fine. I'm on back.
So
Okay, I'm going back.
he, he was, to my knowledge, he was at his grandmother's house, and she was at the grandma resident as well. So therefore, they was, his family was there. So his family probably went ahead, know what's going on, because he didn't go that far from the house. I mean, if you really gonna shoot yourself, kill yourself, or whatever, then to do it in front of your child is a coward, and to take yourself out is a coward, because you is not a man to sit up there. One, you want to sit up there and shoot a person instead of just fighting, which you shouldn't do anyways. And two, you wanted your family to find your child because you only went a couple blocks from your house. So that he just did that so he wouldn't go to jail immediately, to my opinion. Like, okay, I shoot myself, I can kind of see what's going on, or rethink this. But no, you can't rethink this, because you done did this shit too many times. And you don't only need jail time, you need like some some psychology help. You need somebody to talk to, because something in your brain ain't working right. It's not working right. So that's why I think the family ended up getting the son. I think they said it was a son. End up getting the son and bringing that son back to the house that only had on with some pants or a diaper, because I think they said the son was 2 years old.
Let me check real quick.
Okay, so I mean, 2 years old, you can still remember things.
Correct.
So,
Um,
either
yeah,
or.
2-year-old son.
2 year old son, that he gonna remember, like, my daddy took my mama. Okay, yes, thank you, baby Scorpio. So 2 year old, you don't think that child is not gonna remember that? So it's like I said, it's very sad, and this is like the second to my knowledge, this is the second incident that he have had, and he undid. I was close to the first, to the first that I know about. I was close to that lady. You know, we played dominoes together. Hell, she hung up at my house and everything, and she was a very sweet lady. I don't understand why you will have to go out and take somebody's life. If you don't want that person, leave. You have plenty people, women's to go deal with. You have those women's that like drama like that. You know, you can slap them around and everything. They live for shit like that. But then you also have intelligent women that want to raise their family and have a good man to support them, and they support him. But the only thing you did is mess up her life. Well, mess up your child and her child life. And to my understanding, she also had other kids. So where did they leave them? You took their mother away from them. You just, I mean, I hope that he sat in jail or he sat in that hospital bed and just really think about what he's doing, because like, this is not your first time doing this shit. These guys, y'all got to, oh, not even just gonna say about the guys. You women's, pay attention to these red flags. If a man or a woman do not want you around your family, your friends, they always trying to pay attention to where you going, who you with, who you on the phone with, that's too much. That is too much. You need to say, okay, you have your time with your friends, your family, or whatever. Everybody needs some me time. I don't need to be around you all the time. You don't need to be around me all the time. And just because I'm not around you doesn't mean that I'm cheating with someone. It just means that we have our time that we spend a separate, and we have our time that we spend together. So why did we have to go to this level? And this is not the only case. When I say it's a lot of cases that's here, it just in Houston, it is a lot of them with women that want to think that they can change a man. Ever since man and woman was on earth, they have not changed a man's mind. A man gonna do what he wanna do, and the women's just start doing what they wanna do. But now the men's, which is not men's, they're little boys who don't know how to handle real life to be with a real woman. So let me know what you think, check mine.
All right. Also, guys, just to let you know, I'm gonna check the chat and see what we got. Okay, here we go. Baby Scorpio says, so I think he should be charged for two murders, two attempted murders, no bond, etc. Right in the bottoms of the bottoms, you cowards. Justice for the two ladies' family.
I agree. I agree with you like 100%. Because I don't understand how you can kill one woman, injure another woman, and and did it also in front of that child, and then backdoor it and do it again. Like, how did you get out? You know, how do these people getting out on bond when they do this damage to people, their lives? So how do we go from there? We have to get these women to understand, love yourself, learn how to be by yourself, doing yourself. Those who have kids, put yourself with those kids. Spend your time with those kids, because when those men come to your house not respecting you or your kids, it's time to go. Limit the men's or the women's that you deal with that's bringing drama to your life. Because if you bringing drama to my life, I don't need to be with you. I don't need to do this extra stuff. I don't need to be in the position where I can't be comfortable with talking to or being with other family members or hanging out. I have another case. This lady, she been with this guy for a long time, and they went back and forth, and I seen a lot of things going on there. And I was like, oh, okay, I've been here. And I try to tell young ladies, women's, men's, before I got into the situation I didn't even know men's was even getting abused. I thought that was absurd. But then when I actually went down there and filed charges, I found out that there's men's out there that's getting abused just like women's. And they're a little harder than, so, well, I guess about the same. I had this let me get finished with the woman. This woman, she was being nice, she was helping this man, she was doing everything she could, but he did not want her to go and talk to nobody. She could only go to work, back home. She had to call when she went to work, when she got off work, when she went on breaks, everything. And not only call, but she had to video chat. What? That's too much controlling. You have got raised one time by your parents, your grandparents, whoever. You don't need nobody else to raise you. One time is all you need. Some of y'all may got raised right, some of you may got raised wrong. It's your choice what you want to do in life and how you want to live your life. And it's not right for you to be with somebody that's going to sit up there and abuse you, whether it's mentally or physically. You have to make a choice on what you want to do. And being in an abusive relationship is not the thing, because you're not going to never be happy. You're not going to be happy. It's too many of these cases that shows up on the news. So that woman never did get out that relationship. She stayed in that relationship. And my opinion, I think, she said until death do us part. They never got married. And that relationship was abusive the whole time they was together. Well, shortly, she got out that relationship. And God is, my opinion, was the one that made that choice for her. Because if not, they was going to hurt each other, or one was going to hurt the other. But unfortunately, one of them passed. So they out their relationship. I just hope that they chose a better relationship next time, and to see the red flags, to learn from your mistakes. You can always start over. You can always love yourself. Just get out there, have fun, enjoy yourself, date yourself. You don't need no man or woman. I dated myself for 2 years. I had fun. You know what? Because I didn't have to worry about nobody. I'm ready to go. I don't want to see this movie. I don't like that food. Hell, I had fun. You can do this. Women's love yourself. Men's love yourself. You got the women's that's out there do the same thing. Men's hang out there with their friends. The woman coming up driving, what you doing over here? I bet you talking to that bitch. The man probably much look at the woman, but she gonna make you feel like you cheating on her. You need to be in the house. So now you in the house playing PlayStation 5, Xbox, or whatever, eating up all the food. She at work. You locked up in the house. You can't go nowhere, because if you do go somewhere, you need to call her while she at work. Where you going? Who you with? You got those women that's doing the same thing. And they would stab you. They would shoot you. They would jump on you. They'll throw hot grits, hot rice, whatever they do. And you know what? You have those men that go back to those women. And then finally, when she get tired of you, then she'll leave you alone. But now you stuck because your mind is mentally on her. Because she done taught you and done ran you to love only her. That's what she wants you to do. But when she get tired of you, she can't get rid of you. Because now she don't want you no more. She done move on. So when you do get with a good woman, guess what? You don't know how to treat her. And when she talk to you and trying to show you love, she's gonna call you weak because you sit up there and let somebody do you like that. It's not
Yes.
right.
Slim, I have a video. I don't know if you want to review it, but it
Let's do
is
it.
okay. It is a video that says domestic violence expert teaches how to spot warning signs of abuse. Would you like to review this one?
Let's go.
All right.
Well, the Gabby Petito case is just another example of violence against women, and we know exactly the specifics of her case are unknown, rather, but we do know that according to the National Coalition Against Domestic Violence, on average, nearly 20 people per minute are physically abused by an intimate partner in the United States, and that's 20 people per minute. So joining us now to give us some guidance and perspective on how to identify any of these situations.
And Slim, whenever you want me to pause, just say pause and I'll pause it.
Gotcha.
Okay.
What, if anything, we should do if we witness domestic violence is the director of Futures Without Violence, Kirsten Stewart. Kirsten, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Well, let's start with the basics. We all know that abusive relationships don't all look alike. What are some of the key factors that you look for?
Absolutely. If you're a family or friend or even just a concerned member of the community, you want to notice if somebody's changing their behavior, if they seem to be afraid of their partner, if somebody who is enthusiastic and exuberant is all of a sudden very quiet or shy. Certainly if you see, bruises or cuts that can't be explained, but that isn't always the case. Sometimes the scars are very much inside. So if you do see or are concerned about domestic violence, ideally, you can find a quiet time to talk to the person you're concerned about and really just ask them. We encourage people not to blame somebody, not to shame, to just make themselves available to have a conversation.
And in the Gabby Petito case specifically, we see that police cam video where she seems upset and he has scratches on his face. How can you differentiate whether someone is truly in danger versus a couple that's having a...
Okay, you see how they go? Now, again, like I told you, if a person do not want you to be around people that you originally was around and had fun with, and they know that you be with those people, red flag. If a person trying to keep every movement on you, red flag. If a person just calling your phone all the time, red flag. And this goes for men's and women's. So if you sit up there being alone and talk to somebody, you have to talk to someone to get this out, because if you don't, guess what? You're going to keep on getting fed by that person that's trying to control you. Excuse me, because that's the only person you know to talk to. And they're going to tell you what they want you to hear, and they're going to feed it into your brain. So let's see what else you have to say.
So before we get into that, we do have a comment. Would you like to go over the comment? Okay. We got a comment from Baby Scorpio, said, love is so blind till sometimes the signs are too late. Love will take over your mind.
Correct. It will. It will do it. And you don't know, you don't know that you getting like, what is that? Like when somebody take over your mind, or somebody, like, what is hypnotizing you? Like it literally, like somebody hypnotized you. You don't really know what's going on. You like your family, your friend be like, oh, you acting different. You're like, no, I'm good. Shoot, you tripping. But in reality, you the one that's in that situation. They the one that's outside looking in and not knowing. Well, you don't know that you don't change. You thinking that everything is still the same, and really it's not. It's not the same. And then, like me, once I got out of that relationship, and I sat back and like, damn, I was stupid. What the hell? I wouldn't do no shit like that. But like Baby Scorpio say, love is blind. And you gotta watch that. You got to start paying attention to those red flags. Just like there are a lot of women's out here for men's, there is a lot of men's out here for women's. And there are some good ones still out here. You just gotta know where to shop. Carry on.
An argument or having some sort of breakdown?
That is a hard question. And if you're, far away and out in public, you can't always tell. We suggest you always take your cue from the person who seems potentially to be the victim. Again, are they afraid of that person? Are they trying to avoid that person? Are they, sometimes the person who takes all the blame isn't necessarily the person who's doing the harm. So we always recommend that you try not to escalate the violence. You certainly don't want to do that. Getting in a confrontation with someone is not recommended. Again, ideally, you would try to take that person to the side. If you can separate the two people, have a conversation, offer resources. There's a National Domestic Violence Hotline number that you can share. But really, it's about asking the person what they want, what they need, and if they feel safe.
So let's say, for example, a 911 call is made. What resources do police departments have to help victims and survivors? And are there specific police departments that have procedures that are best practices in this situation?
There's been extensive training thanks to the Violence Against Women Act for law enforcement. And that doesn't mean everybody does it perfectly right all the time. But we do see many better practices happening. One of the ideal situations is that you actually bring a domestic violence advocate out with you on a call for domestic violence, so they can take the person aside, have a conversation. You want police to de-escalate the situation as much as possible, question the people separate and apart from one another. Often, if there are children in the home, we also ask that police officers pay attention to the needs of the children. Again, not asking the children to necessarily choose, one parent over another. That's a deeply traumatic experience for a child.
You want to read that comment?
Yes. I looked over there and I was going to tell you to pause, but when I look over there, that was so funny. It said, hell, you tell the people where to shop because, honey, it's not even safe to get them from the church house these days. Shake my head. That is so true. You know what? You don't know where to shop. Matter of fact, it's kind of funny because at work, we was talking about back in the days when you used to date, people had their standards of who they would date and who they wouldn't date. So now it's kind of people kind of getting relaxed on who they'll date or who they won't date. Like, oh, well, he's cool or she's cute or whatever. Nah, you got to go back to those standards because, like Baby Scorpio say, you can go to the church house and you can pull the devil out that mother. You know what? Or you can go to the club and you can just pull a very sweet person that wants to get out and hang out with the fellas or the ladies that day. But like I said earlier, shit, now you have to damn near Google people because if you don't know what you're getting into. Don't shop at the clearance rack because that can really get you in some big trouble. What she got here?
She says it's all about the benefits.
Yes, I think nowadays is that everybody's there for, what you can do for me and not what I can do for you or not what we can do for each other. I don't think that people are in relationships for love or anything. I think it's basically like, I can get whatever I can get out of you or you can get whatever you can get out of me. So therefore, they don't really care for you. They just trying to, you somewhere that they can hang out and sleep and whatever, and then go do whatever they want to. And then when they come back home, they be mean to you because the person that they was hanging out with, their side piece, I would call them, don't piss them off, and they don't get what they want. So it gets very heated in there, and it turns violent. And either going to be the man or the woman that's going to be violent. So, yeah, let's see what else she has to say. Just my opinion.
But to be sure that there's also someone that the child can talk to and that the child's trauma from that experience is also addressed.
So much to consider. And yet we all know that when victims try to leave these types of relationships, that's when it's most dangerous. Many choose to stay in these relationships. What steps can be taken to ensure that there is safety both in or out of that relationship?
Well, we strongly recommend someone who's concerned about domestic violence to talk to a domestic violence advocate. They can help that person develop what we call a safety plan. And that really depends on the unique circumstances of that person. You help them identify, do you have a place to go if you need to? Do you know where your car keys are? Do you have what we call a go bag? Like your birth certificate, important papers.
You want to talk about that?
Yes. Okay. So as I was saying earlier, now they say 1 out of 3 women's, 1 out of 9 men's. Yeah. Uh, when you know that you're in a bad situation, a bad relationship, have a plan A and a plan B, because that person know who you hang around with. That person know your family. They already done study you, and you haven't even thought about studying them like they have studied you. So you need to have some kind of backup plan. And me personally, in my opinion, you don't never nowadays let somebody know your every move with if it's going down like this, your every move, because if they do, they're gonna go to each and every one of your family member house, and they're gonna sit up there and they'll wait outside for you. I've had it happen to me. Wait outside for you. They'll talk to your kids. They'll talk to your nieces, nephew. Hey, who she with? Where did she go? What she have on? When you trying to get away or get out of a domestic violent relationship, just have another plan. You need to trust that one person, maybe two people, and have a scapegoat, because you sometimes when you get into these situations, you actually have to leave the state, or I mean, not necessarily the state, but the city that you're in. I mean, that's not good. You don't want to sit up here and not go to work. Your kids out of school, and it's really bad when you have kids, that you go through this. So you need to have some kind of a getaway plan. You most definitely got to have a getaway plan, because if you don't, they're gonna come back and they're gonna tell you what you want to hear, and then you're gonna like, okay, I'm gonna give you another chance, and then you're back in the same situation. Like maybe I think mine's did like that, 2 3 months, everything good. Then after that, we back where we was at first. So yeah, don't listen to that bullshit, because hey, I can tell you I got a yacht out there, and then when you get there, it's a sailboat. So don't go for the hokey dokey. If when you know that it's time to go, put it in your head. Be strong about it. If you need to go see somebody, you don't have to tell your family. You don't have to tell your friends. You can just personally talk to somebody, individually. They don't know nothing about you. They can't take his side or your side or her side or his side, and go see them. It's nothing wrong with going to see somebody to help you better yourself, because you first love yourself. Always put yourself first, because at the end of the day, they are to do what they want to do to you, as long as you let them do them. Long as you let them do it to you. But that's just my opinion. Carry on.
All right, before we do that, guys, just want to let you guys know we are approaching. Uh, I think maybe what 20 more minutes? No, 10 more minutes. 10 more minutes until the hour. So
Hey,
just want to let y'all know we appreciate you guys hanging with us, all four of you, and
thank
also
you.
just want to let you know, be sure that you are following us on Instagram and that you're subscribed to YouTube. And if you are watching on YouTube right now, go ahead and hit that like button for us. And let Slim know that what she's doing is appreciated, because this is a very heavy topic. But if there's one person that can do it, it's the person that you see right in front of you. So this ain't going nowhere. She's doing a fantastic job. And we're going to continue to at least rock with you guys for the rest of the hour. So let's see what the chat has to say, and then we're gonna get back to the video. So, Baby Scorpion says, "Sounds like he was a coward too, just not as big a coward as the coward ass dude we were talking about." So, I think she was talking about the video that we're
Uh,
actually going over.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so, but anyway, back to you. Doing a great job. So I'm gonna hit it unless you want to talk on that some more.
Yeah, go ahead and hit it, and that way I can
Okay.
get some more.
Any medicines. So if you do need to leave a home quickly, you can just grab it and go. There are many domestic violence agencies across the country. As I said, there's also the National Domestic Violence Hotline, who can be reached via email, via phone, via chat. It's a great place to start, even if you're not necessarily ready to leave, or if you're just a concerned friend or family member. They can walk you through the steps that are tied to this person's particular situation.
And if someone is seeking help, where do you counsel them to seek help first? What should the first step be?
So most people actually reach out to friend or family first. Some people will talk to their faith leaders, healthcare providers. We think are another wonderful resource,
Okay, you can pause it.
especially because you can have the privacy to talk to them about what may be going on, as well as what may be the health
Pause.
consequences.
Okay, now before we, get to all that, another thing, it's a lot of women's out there trying to help their friends. Matter of fact, they had an issue went down maybe a couple months ago. A lady went to go help her friend. She had her, a matter of fact, I think she had her dog with her. Yeah, I think she had her dog with her. She went to go help her friend, and the guy shot her friend and the dog. I mean, this woman really didn't have nothing to do it. I don't know how that she came about going to help her. Because sometimes when we go to help people, instead of trying to make the situation better, we kind of hype it up a little bit more. So, if you see someone out there that you cool with, close to, and they going through things, if you cool with somebody, you know the difference on how they act, the response, the weight loss. Oh, tell me about it. It's a lot of signs that people go through that they don't go through originally. You can see them, get with them, tell them something. You don't have to just necessarily come to them like, yeah, I know he messing, know you, he doing all this. Sometimes you have to come around a different way to talk to a person about the situation that's going on in their life, because everybody do not want you in their life or their business, because you'll probably go and tell somebody else. So you have to, if you're going to be that friend, be that friend. Like I was telling you about a person earlier, I'm that person friend. Things went ugly. I tried my best to help them. I told them about my situation and everything. But you have to let a person make up their own mind, even when you know it's not right, even though you know it's not good for them. Grown folks make grown folks decision, but kids get confused. So go ahead. Chat line, didn't want to say anything. I thank everyone for out here supporting me. My first time, by myself.
Yay, doing fantastic.
So yeah, I just really need y'all to get that help. If y'all know somebody, like I said, woman, man, it's kids. Also, these kids are going crazy, and they'll probably be my next show. But right now, if y'all see somebody need help, just don't grind them. Try to talk to them a different way, and don't talk to them in front of a bunch of people. Just say, hey, let's go out, let's hang out, let's do something. Because everybody don't want everybody in their business. They kind of want to be shy about it. Even though when you say, oh, I fell and hit a doorknob, or I ran into the cabinet, or I fell off a horse. I ride horses, and I know the injuries that horses can give you, and some of those little bruises and spots. If a horse hit you like that, you would not have an eye or a mouth. Go ahead. You can carry on.
Of violence, most people don't actually go to the police first. And again, we strongly recommend a call to a domestic violence advocate. Many domestic violence programs just have someone you can talk to. You don't have to be ready to leave the relationship or run to a shelter. It can just be a person to talk to start thinking about your situation and what might be your options.
Kirsten Stewart, so much valuable information. As the director of Futures Without Violence, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, and thank you so much for covering this story. We really appreciate it.
Well, we're grateful to you. So if you or someone you know may be a victim of domestic violence, regardless of gender, you can call the National Domestic Hotline at 1-800-799-SAFE. That's 7233. Or you can also text START to 88788.
Okay, pause. Well, guys, I don't know how much time I have left. I really appreciate everyone that was supporting me today. Again, I hope that whatever you're going through, as far as a relationship, understand each other, love each other. If you gotta beat them, leave them. You don't need to be with that person. If a person's sitting up here giving you bad vibes and bringing you down and not helping you in life to go up in life and bring you down, that's not the person for you. You have to sit up here and love someone that want to be with you instead of letting somebody take you down. Because it's easy for a person that have a lot of things make you come down. If you got a lot and a person have nothing, they can make you on flat real quick. Worse than a nail hitting a damn tie. Trust and believe that. I have been there. But that's just my opinion. And I really appreciate everyone that came out, supported me, helped me through this day. It was a little nervous. I was very excited. I didn't know what to do. Um, I'm just really excited. I'm glad that I finally got to talk about domestic violence because, like I said, it's very hard to get out of. Um, you know, you have to have a plan. You have to be strong and you have to want to do it because they'll come back to you. They'll tell you everything you want because they already sit up there and mold you to do what they want you to do. And they know if they can come back and just get an inch up in that brain, they'll take a foot, a yard, and then you back up into their yard doing what they want you to do. Don't fall for the hokey dokey. Look at the pink flag and don't let them turn red. Anything else, chat line you have to say?
The only other chat we had was from Baby Scorpion, and she was just telling you to do it. So we
Great.
appreciate that. Guys, I think this is pretty much it. We're gonna let Slim sign out here in a second, but just wanna let you guys know that the show that you are watching today is Just My Opinion with Slim J. So if you like the show, please make sure that you tell people that hey, TBA's got a new show called Just My Opinion, and Slim, that's her show. Let's see what else we got. Baby Scorpio also came and said, you know, you can turn to the police who support to protect. Sometimes that doesn't help. By the time they take action or by the time they act, it be too late. Would you like to speak on that?
Yeah, and you're right because in some of the neighborhoods that we stay in, it we have got so many calls on domestic violence, and then they have came back and say, "Oh, that person didn't hit me, or this didn't happen, or that person that left the scene, and they let them come back." And the police seem like they get tired of coming back to responding to that address, which I mean, like I said, you'll go back, you'll try it over and over. When it gets to that point, and you know that you're tired and you ready to, really, really let go, call the police. The police is gonna set up that they're gonna take um, the reports. They're gonna keep it on file, and they're gonna take their time getting there because they feel like you don't cry the wolf so many times until they don't think that you're serious. So when you do call the police and everything, like I said, be strong about it. Try to get help. If you don't want to get help and you feel that you can work this out, which I'm gonna tell you people by experience, that shit don't work. It don't get better, it get worse. Okay. If you can get out of there, get the hell out of there. And I'm talking about don't walk, run. Okay. So yeah, just get help any way you can. Calling the police, yeah. Do the domestic violence hotline, go see the therapy, whatever it takes to get the hell out of there and for you to love yourself and only yourself and don't have to worry about a person loving you and showing you that they can love you. You can love yourself better than anyone else can. Okay. Like I said, I appreciate everyone for tuning in. And I hope this helps some of the people or, it touched somebody or maybe it touched you to help a family member or a friend. Uh, Thanks everybody again. Like I said, I'm so excited. I don't even much know what to say. Like I'm lost for words, but I really, really thank y'all. And I will have more on domestic violence as far as men's and kids, because that's what happened to you if you don't listen and you let those red flags do this to you. Good night. I appreciate everyone. Hit us on Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, and thank TV crew. Love y'all.